back to Walsall Fan TV. The Joy in the Pain podcast is live. So if you haven't caught that on Spotify, Google Music and all that business, have a listen. Right then, so we're here for the preview of Wrexham v Walsall on Tuesday night. They're coming thick and fast for Walsall. It was a big game on Saturday. We managed to defeat promotion favourite Stockport 2-1. Their goal in the 8th minute of injury time made us sweat, but comfortable in the end, Walsall-ish. Wrexham, they thought they were going to win the league, didn't they? They've had a bit of a tough start. Has the mindset of the Wrexham fan changed after a 5-3 defeat at home to MK Dons and then failing to beat Wimbledon away? Saw some highlights of that one. I think the ref kept giving penalties to Wimbledon until they equalised. And so I think Wrexham were a bit unlucky there. One player that did take some attention was Jacob Mendy, 26-year-old, scored 5 last season in 31 games. He's looking a bit of a terror on that left-hand side, similar to Walsall's Remy Ote, who opened his account on Saturday, of course. So he could cause us some trouble. One player who won't is Paul Mullin. We know about his injury during the Tour of America that Wrexham did. So he's going to be out for some time. So they are a tad weakened. It's been a bit of a disappointing start for Wrexham. Let's have a poll, shall we? Do the Wrexham fans still think they're going to walk the league? Or do they think new recruits are needed to help them get there? Or have they had a rude awakening because teams aren't going to just lie down and roll over for them? And maybe they're settling into maybe just being in League 2. Should be happy with that. So it'll be interesting to hear from Wrexham fans what you think. You still think you're going to walk the league? Now reality has bitten a little bit. I want to talk more about Wrexham in a while. But first, team news for Walsall. Looks like Matt Sadler is going to go with pretty much the same team. So that's Owen Evans in goal. Williams, Daniels and Hussey at the back. And Sturk McKenty in the centre midfield roles with Hutch ahead of them. Wing backs Gordon and Joe Folks on the right wing back. Is he going to stay in there? Up front, DJ and Freddie Draper. That's the likely start, but possible changes for this game may be the experience of Riley right back. Maybe a sensible change. And Hutch. Sadler was screaming at Hutch for much of the first half. And Hutch came out with it second half and did rather well. But Ross Tierney, he's a big talent. And against Wrexham, who are going to be roving all over us perhaps, maybe somebody of Tierney's quality and fighting qualities could be the guy we need. On the bench, we expect Ote to be coming off the bench again. And will that be Matt that'll come off the bench with him or Douglas James Taylor? One player that didn't feature on Saturday was Ronan Mayer. The rumour is that he's going to Rushall Olympic on loan. With his recent goal-scoring exploits, maybe he's forcing his way into the team. It didn't look that way on Saturday because he didn't make the bench. So if he makes the bench tomorrow night, that may sort of say otherwise. So that's watch this space, I think, for there. Watch this space. Back onto Wrexham. I I was expecting them to make lots of new signings. Maybe overconfidence has become a problem for them. They did bring in defender Will Boyle and midfielder James McLean, of course. So, are they going to bring any more in before the end of the month? Have they got enough to get them where they want to be? I think at this stage, we look at managers. And Walsall, of course, Matt Sadler, very inexperienced. It's a proving ground for him at Walsall. He started off okay so far. The over-defensive style of Mike Flynn last season has gone. And Walsall are looking to play a much more attacking style, which is much more pleasing on the eye. But the Wrexham manager, Phil Parkinson, is he a good manager? Well, he had a bit of a rough start, Phil Parkinson. And he's had a bit of a surprise, actually. After the Wimbledon game, he described Wimbledon as a very direct team. Given that Wrexham throw the ball into the box at every opportunity, pot, kettle, black comes to mind. But we talk about Phil Parkinson, 55. Had a long career with Reading, of course. Colchester was his first role, and he got them into the Championship, which was a bit of a crazy one, really, for Colchester. Really higher heights in 2006. But he then went on to fail at Hull, and then joined Charlton under Alan Pardew. Alan Pardew got the sack, and he took over, but couldn't stop him getting relegated. So relegated to League One, but then he took them to the playoffs. Failed in the playoffs, and then got sacked the following season after a poor start. Bradford, he moved on to Bradford next, did very well at Bradford. Took them to League Cup final 2013, but lost in the final, 5-0 to Swansea. Following season got Bradford promoted to League One, and even close to the Championship. They lost in the playoff final in 2016. So done well there. Bolton, after going down to League One, he got them back up into the Championship. So he's definitely a good guy. He went on to Sunderland after that and didn't do too well with Sunderland, but he's doing very well with Wrexham, getting them promoted after 15 years in the wilderness back into League Two. But is this going to be a season of consolidation for Wrexham, or are they going to go straight through? I think Wrexham thought they were going to go straight through, but as I say, has expectations been clipped with the first two games in the league? Which brings us on to tomorrow night. That is going to be a test of Walsall's credentials, if they can sort of compete in the top half. Gabriel Sutton, he knows the leagues very well. He only tips Walsall to finish 12th. But Freddie Draper and Ross Tierney, he didn't know much about them, not being previously with the EFL. And they are two very accomplished players. So maybe Walsall can be part of the promotion race. Games like this will help us decide. Will help us know whether we're going to be mid-table, top half, or top 7, or even better. Right then, my prediction for this game, I think it's going to be a real tough one, to be honest. I'm going for a respectable 1-1. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Walsall Fan TV, subscribe and join the journey. Thanks for watching.